mentioned sprinkling it in your workout on top of doing RDL, deadlift, bench, that type of stuff. Is it, I don't want to call it filler because that's not what it is. Is it going in between lifts? Are you doing it in a warm up? Do you pair it on specific days, you know, a speed, power, or a strength type of day? What are you thinking for that?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So again, Dan, during his presentations, he was like, hey, look, guys, I do normal stuff, right? I do normal, boring stuff. But when I come to a clinic like this, I'm not going to stand up here and tell you about my normal bench press, right? Because you could get that from anywhere. So again, for me, I'm going to definitely keep the traditional up and down and up type of weightlifting in there because it's familiar, it's good, gets people strong. We need to be strong. So the way I've been incorporating it, Ross, is I'm just trying to start to think of if I have one day that's kind of traditional lifting, the other day could be kind of this non-traditional lifting. So
I like that.
let's just take, again, it's always the easiest thing, bench press. One day we're going to do a normal bench, whether it's with dumbbells or with a barbell. The next day or next time we're doing a horizontal push, I'm going to start to incorporate some of this altitude training. But I'm going to progress to it. I'm not going to right out of the gate do it, right? I'm going to start with my traditional lifting. I'm going to make sure they can do a push-up well, right? But I really like the idea of a progression from September to March for me, or in other words, start of the season to nationals, where we're finishing the year doing more of these reactive altitude drops or some of the cal stuff with his peaking methods. But yeah, I'm really starting to think of on a dynamic type of day, incorporating these altitude drops, whether it's for the shoulders, for the chest, for falling into a wall, whatever it is. How's that sound? Does that make sense to you guys? Or give me some feedback. I'd love your opinions too.
Yeah, I like the idea of whether it's alternating days of traditional, non-traditional. I like that train of thought, or whether it's every other week. I think that's a good idea. I'd be I don't want to say curious. I'd be interested in if you threw it in your warm up, right? I mean, I'm a big fan of doing ISOs and whatnot in your warm up. If you did two rounds of some sort of altitude drop with your lift, it doesn't have to be a bunch of sets. It could also be in a circuit beforehand. Something like that, I think, would probably be, if I got a limited schedule, that's probably a good way to do it. It's also easy to match up, right? Like if I'm doing bench that day, all right, we're doing altitude drops for the push up off boxes or off of plates or whatever it may be. That could be in your warm up. One, it just makes it easy to organize, and two, kind of primes them for that lift. But I do like the alternating days because at least for like our schedule, Tuesday, Thursday is a big lift day, but Monday, Thursday is a power and a speed power type of day. Because my plan is to kind of spring ankle, ISO them a good bit on Wednesdays and stretch them all at the same sort of day on Wednesdays. But being able to potentially line that up on Thursday, as well as kind of some stuff on Monday, that could flow really well with the lift. So I think that's a good idea.